Very interesting to see 3 separate reports today, all really underlining that the EU is in a state of panic when it comes to the Brexit negotiations. The UK still refusing to cave in, the British government, David Frost, Frosty the No Man, holding firm, and there seems to be a sense, as I say, of panic on the EU side. I'm just going to go through these reports today so you can understand what I'm talking about. The first is a report from the Daily Express with the headline, Barnier blinks first, panicking EU chief launches last-ditch bid to stop no-deal Brexit. Michel Barnier reportedly warning EU leaders to brace for a Brexit showdown with Boris Johnson to get talks over a trade deal with Britain back on track. The disheartened Frenchman, the Express report, urged them to lobby the Prime Minister to drop his negotiating red lines in a final bid to break months of bitter deadlock. Barnier, a EU official telling express.co.uk, Barnier is ringing capitals to update us on the lack of progress. When leaders will be involved depends on how things develop across the next few weeks, but it's difficult to be optimistic at the moment. Another EU official adding, pretty soon, either some political things have to happen or we are simply heading towards no deal by accident or political will. EU officials have admitted chances of a no-deal Brexit have dramatically increased because of the ongoing stalemate. Another EU source saying he thinks we're coming to the end of the road, referring to Michel Barnier, and have gone as far as we can without serious political decisions made at the top level. The Sun reporting, Michel Barnier urges EU leaders to call on Boris Johnson to step in to rescue Brexit talks. Desperate, Michel Barnier is urging EU leaders to personally lobby Boris Johnson to step in and save the talks from failure. The Brussels dealmaker fears the PM is unaware how badly the negotiations are going and wants capitals to spell out the situation to him directly. A diplomatic source telling The Sun there's a general feeling the political leadership in the UK is somewhat detached from the process at the moment. They think there's no reason there shouldn't be a deal and the two parties are moving in the right direction, but that's just not happening. Barnier is thinking, what can I do to get the show back on the road? And now he's asking capitals to help. He needs them to do some outreach to London to explain we're reaching the end of the road and it's the moment for political choices. Now, I will remind you that David Frost and the UK side had put a draft free trade agreement text to the EU. It was rejected. It was rejected because the EU are still fixated on the so-called level playing field. They want to stop the UK gaining maximum Brexit competitive advantage. And this is backed up again in the Times, where Downing Street warned that Boris Johnson has less than 2 weeks to save post-Brexit trade and security talks, according to senior EU sources. You'll notice here, there's a lot of EU sources briefing out, isn't it? That to me shows a sense of panic. There's a lot of EU sources briefing about these negotiations as they start to sweat. Michel Barnier and David Frost, the UK's chief negotiator, reportedly hold emergency talks next week in an effort to save the negotiation, according to the Times. But a UK government spokesman saying, after the transition period, the UK will have its own regime of subsidy control and will not be subject to the EU state aid regime. The government will set out further detail of our domestic regime in due course. And this gets to the crux of the matter, because as I've reported on here before, we know that the EU is particularly fixated on restricting the UK's freedom on areas like state aid. It wants the UK to sign up essentially to the EU rules on state aid and other areas. But Dominic Cummings in particular said to see this, particularly after the coronavirus crisis, particularly with the economy where it is to see the freedom to intervene on areas like state aid, unrestricted by EU rules and regulations, is absolutely critical. And so to see the UK side on this area of subsidy control and rejecting the EU state aid regime, I mean, unless there's a massive U-turn, and okay, the government has made a few U-turns, but unless there's a massive change in approach on these negotiations, we are heading for no deal unless the EU finally recognise that they're going to do a trade deal and that the UK is not going to sign up to political control over key policy areas, or any policy areas for that matter. That is what this comes down to now. But as I say, EU sources briefing out. Michel Barnier reportedly urging EU leaders to intervene. It looks to me, and it sounds to me like the EU are panicking, and the UK, the British government, have to hold firm, and take back control. Let's get that Brexit competitive advantage unrestricted by EU rules and regulations. As ever, guys, I want to hear what you think is going to happen. What do you want to happen? Let me know in the comments. Do you think the British government are going to hold firm? Do you think Boris Johnson will deliver no deal? Do you think the EU will finally change their ridiculous stance and go for a free trade deal? Let me know what you think in the comments. And as ever, make sure you subscribe to the West Monster channel and click that bell so you do not miss future reports. Cheers, guys.